Good morning, folks. Welcome back. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, Nicholas. How are you doing?
Somebody's got a case of the Mondays, and it's me.
You already worked a nice morning shift today.
Yeah,
How was it?
got my ass up at 2:30 in the morning.
I got my ass in bed at 2:30 in the
It
morning.
was a Monday. It's been a Monday.
A lot of people getting gas on Mondays, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got a handful of topics we want to talk about on this Monday morning, doing Slash and Cast live, which part of me kind of wants to keep doing it live. Thoughts?
I don't know.
It's not, you save a lot of editing time this way. Just doing it live and then taking clips from the live, which there's one specific topic today that I'm going to post a clip of separately after this because it's worth talking about. Indeed. But hey, you know what? Let's kick things off this week by talking about Killer Klowns from Outer Space. Do you know what they're doing? They're doing an anniversary update.
Okay. We seen the last game have an anniversary update. Look at that.
This is a legit anniversary update. 80 new challenges, 40 new free unlockables, a couple of which have been revealed. The first being the gold outfits that can be unlocked for free.
How much?
For free.
Free?
Via challenges, new challenges being added to the game. Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Killer Klowns from Outer Space, a game. You may not believe it. They're still cooking over there. I know it. Pretty sweet.
Yeah, seems like a pretty standard thing for an anniversary update.
It does, don't it? I like, Ilphonic, we say it every time we talk about Killer Klowns or Predator. The one thing that we can all agree on is that when it comes to customization, they know what they're doing over there.
Ilphonic is king.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. They basically took like the Fortnite format and ran with it in the world of horror ASIM.
Fortnite.
And Killer Klowns lets you do whatever the hell you want. And they've done whatever the hell they want, which I appreciate. You've got sports outfits. You've got Halloween costumes. Santa, Elvira, Tom Savini, which I'd like to see. Can we get some more of those? The random horror kind of niche characters.
Joe Bob and Darcy.
That'd be perfect. That'd be perfect.
The Jiggle Physics.
Sven Gulli.
They work. I'll take Sven Gulli. I don't think anyone else would.
Yeah, there's got to be enough people. His line still pops in Chicago every time. Every time. But another Killer Klowns news, they also have a brand new clown skin for the tracker clown, Zuka. Look at that sexy bitch. Zuka. Yeah, he's pretty cute. Just a skin.
I wonder what he sounds like.
It's a great question. I don't know. Can't see his mouth.
He's a mime.
He's a mime. Yeah, this is another one that came from the diary of the Kyoto brothers and is pretty sweet.
It's funny that he looks unfinished. Like it looks like the texture's not finished on his thing. He doesn't talk, and we're all in for it.
Anything that comes straight from like the Kyoto brothers design,
yep,
I'm in for.
I like the shoes.
Yeah, but we got it. It's 200 tickets.
I bought them.
Yeah, he's nice. So a premium cosmetic, but it's there's plenty of free stuff in the game. So.
Oh yeah.
And it's an affordable premium cosmetic.
That's the key word. It's affordable.
That's the key word, right? And real quick, so the anniversary update hasn't got an actual formal release date yet. So there was early access to Killer Klowns that started a week early for pre-orders. That was on May 28th. I imagine the actual update is when the formal release date was, which was June 4th.
Yeah. What day of the week are those days?
Oh, I don't know. I can't read.
Wednesdays.
So maybe they come out like the June 3rd or something.
Yeah, the Tuesday before.
I don't know. I imagine we're going to get more and more reveals every week of things that are going to be added. They said they still have a lot to reveal. Still would like to hear something about a map.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
In their announcement for the anniversary update, they didn't say anything about a map. They said challenges, balance changes. Actually, it's kind of at this point in Killer Klowns' life cycle, getting a balance change is a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
So curious where they're going to go with that. There's still a lot of things that people complain about, and rightfully so. I think there's still moments where you're like, good God, I'm getting my ass whooped as a clown right now.
Right.
I've died 5 times in a row and I cannot counter this. So we'll see if they make some adjustments there. But another ASIM news, just super fast. You guys already all know this, but Dead by Daylight 2v8 is back, now featuring Ghostface and the Oni. Brutal combination.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Brutal combination. Actually, even worse is the Oni and Legion right now. Good God. In my very short experience trying to play Killer in 2v8 this time around, queues are still bad.
Yeah.
Like brutal. Like game crashes, and it's been rough.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can patch something into just, I don't know what you do. There's a 400% blood point bonus right now for survivors on 2v8, and they still can't get enough in there to fill the killer slots.
I don't know how much more you could jack it.
It went all the way to 500% last time.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, everyone needs their blood points for FNAF.
Yeah.
So just jack it way up.
Honestly, I feel like you'd have to try to not have blood points for that.
Right.
At this point, because good grief.
For real.
We should probably maybe this week. When was the anniversary update? The 9th. So sometime this week we should be expecting some more news on the FNAF chapter.
Yeah.
They're cooking.
They're cooking.
They're cooking. In other news of games not cooking, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We already talked about this. We did a whole video on it, but if you hadn't heard, just for those that are listening to the podcast format of this show, audio only, she's gone, brother. Just a short summary recap here. I'm not going to read the whole thing for you. Go check out our video where we talk about it for 25 minutes. TCM, they've end of content. The last formal update patch will be sometime in May. We were told mid-May. That's already kind of come and gone.
We're here.
Not looking good on a mid-May release. It's crazy that they managed to miss yet another quote-unquote deadline.
They delayed the update by a month, and now we're still missing that deadline.
Pretty impressive. Impressive. But yeah, what their explanation, which was one you could argue is a complete lie, their explanation for why the end of content and end of updates is happening, end of support in general, is because they reached their full potential. The game has reached its full potential. It's at a creative end, and therefore they're moving on. Obviously, anyone that plays the game, at least relatively consistently, knows that they haven't even gotten close to their potential. We're talking about a game that has every look. They own the look of every Leatherface ever, yet there's only one outside of the original film, which that's in the game. That's the remake. So where's everything else? We know about leaks. We know about Meadow, for example, and that mocap leak. There's the execution pack that's literally in the files.
It's in the game.
There was I think it was like the Midnight Rush Week mode that was in the files. They're just taking all of that and scrapping it.
They don't need it. They've reached their full potential.
Yeah, it's obviously that's just not true. There's clearly, all of us that are watching, outsiders looking in, we can see that there's developmental issues here. They cannot, whatever it is going on at Black Tower, whether it's just not enough support, not enough people over there, whether it's Gunn actually just wants to move on, I don't know. But if it's Black Tower not being able to understand Sumo's code and just not being able to make it work, whatever it is, they're clearly having issues. Yet another delay here on this patch. Like, clearly they're on the struggle bus and just can't keep up. If you can't keep up with balance and bug fixes, how are you possibly supposed to be able to get content out at the same time?
Right.
And then why, you as a publisher, why would you keep a third-party dev team on per diem? Why would you keep them on your payroll when they're not able to make content for you to profit off of that expense? Does that make sense?
The whole thing, it does make sense. It's just the way that they worded it in their announcement was, to put it nicely, poor.
Yeah, I would call that post, their content end of life post, I would call it lackluster at best.
Yeah, it was. There are some things in there crazy that they included it. Like, they've reached their full potential, creative end. Stay tuned.
Yeah, and then they went on in replies to say things like, there's obviously stuff that we would have wanted to get into the game that we couldn't. Like, where's that in the post? That's what we wanted to hear.
Unfortunately, all that content that we said was coming, it fell out of our scope. And we're letting you know now. It's never coming.
Yeah.
After a year.
I don't know why, especially the stuff that's already made, like the execution pack.
It's in the game.
Yeah, right. Like it's leaked. We saw it with our own eyeballs because they accidentally kept it in the patch and the PlayStation update. So why not release that for free? Now, if you want to charge for it, you're going to get shit on. But I'm sure people will still buy it. But why not? You already did the work.
From the pictures of the kill, they looked awesome. They all looked really cool.
I don't know why they don't go ahead and do something, some other piece of content before actually signing. You've already paid them this much to make that amount of content. Is it really that bad for you to just do something?
Right.
I can try to turn our mics up. Hold on. Let me tell you. Let me see.
Hello.
I have no idea when unfortunately the Rode had an update today, and I cannot connect our switcher to my computer for some reason.
Ooh.
I don't know if that made a difference. Did it make a difference? I don't know.
We could just talk louder. We can start.
I can start yelling. I'm gonna start yelling. I can also choke on my mic. When it looks like the levels are okay. They're right at where you want to be. About
they look okay.
negative 12 decibels. Insubordinate.
They've reached their max. We've reached our max potential when it comes to streaming.
Oh yeah, facts. Well, here's the thing. This is the part we really. The reason I brought up TCM still today was because I wanted to talk about the rumors. The rumors have already started spiraling about what is Gunn doing next. What's it going to take for us as a community to give a shit about what they're doing next? And there's really like 3 answers to that where you'd be like, all right, I'll give you another chance again. There's one, the big one is F-13 remastered.
Right.
We would fucking, damn well we'd bend over backwards to see that happen. And like, okay, Gunn, I guess I forgive you one more time, and I'm going to end up fucking feeling like shit about it. I'm sure you're going to burn me again. But that's the one that would get us, right? Then there's like a Nightmare on Elm Street. That would certainly bring you back in, depending on who they're working with. Scream's up there. Of course, I mean, we know Halloween's already happening with a different publisher, but that would be something. The big boy IPs could still suck you back in.
Right.
That's what horror fans do, right? Like you how many of you have bought a steelbook for a movie you already own? Right? It's
a lot.
That's just how horror fans work, man. We're suckers for that crap, and they know it.
Yeah.
The goddamn people know it.
The man
knows it. So, yeah, it's one of those things where you like, man, you want to be pissed at Gunn, and you want to boycott them, and potentially that, I'm sure their sales will go down compared to what they were. But if the right IP talks, the right IP talks.
Yeah. Exactly.
It also depends on what dev team they're working with.
That's the key.
If they announce I don't know. Well, I mean, the biggest of the bunch. Let's say they're doing F-13 remastered, but Black Tower is the full-time dev. Do you go, oh?
Yeah, that's something I sail the high seas to get, and
well, yeah,
not have any hype for anything at that point.
Yeah, you just hope for the absolute minimal amount, but
that's not going to happen.
Okay, right. I don't think you'll ever see Gunn work at Black Tower again.
Correct.
Especially in terms of content. But okay, my point was, let's move on to our next topic that's directly related to this. So the Jason Universe, it's a thing. It's very corporate. So
yeah.
Jason Universe was announced back in 2023, and from the get-go, it was like we're doing interactive things. We're gonna do video games. We're doing new merch, movies, television series. Mm-hmm. The only thing that really came out of that so far was Crystal Lake, which is directly involved with Jason Universe, as Jason Universe is a deal between Horror Inc. and Victor Miller and his attorney directly, like Friday 13th LLC. So, like, that is everything. The only thing that they had to worry about is the F-13 trademark, which sits under New Line still. I have no idea how messy that gets. I guess we're going to find out. I think there's a reason it's called Jason Universe.
Right.
It feels like a loophole.
And not Friday the 13th Universe.
Yeah, or something, because it's a little weird. And also, the news of this week, they did reveal their look for Jason, which let me scroll over here. Their look for Jason, this is concept art, which is why it looks very AI. It's not AI. I know we want to dog on AI.
It looks like AI.
It looks like AI. It's not. Believe me, if they were using AI, I would happily shit on them. But this is concept art that was in collaboration with Greg Nicotero. But to be clear, before we give Greg Nicotero a hard time, he did not design the hockey mask.
Yeah, that's the worst part.
Yeah, I'm not particularly a fan of the outfit either. I'm not a big jacket Jason guy.
No, same.
I get why people like it. Someone actually commented today that, when I hear Jason, let me go to this one. When I hear Jason, I think of versus Jason, which I think that's just a generational thing. It hurts a little bit, but yeah, that jacket. Look at the Funko Jason. Their standard Jason is a jacket. It's Jason wearing a jacket. That's kind of like this generation's look. And then you have Never Hike Alone and its popularity, which is that is Never Hike Alone Jason. Like, not the mask, but that is the outfit. Like, it's not subtle at all. I don't think it's done intentionally. I highly doubt Greg Nicotero was like, that's the one. I just think this has kind of become the standard look of Jason today.
It's minimalistic as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you were kind of to hand off hey, can you design a Jason for me to like a 13-year-old, it would be not like this. I'm not saying this looks like it was made by a 13-year-old. I'm saying like that's pants, shirt, jacket. Like that's kind of the look.
Got the Timberlands.
Yeah. I think where the most of the criticism comes is that hockey mask, which is straight from the Jason Universe logo. I don't know something's just not right. It's less holes for one, it's only a 13-hole mask. The chevron, the top one, is far too wide to me. It looks more like a unibrow. And the eyeballs are very boxy. They're too big and they're boxy.
Yeah. A square hole.
Something's just a square hole. Something's just not quite working for me. If it works for you, cool. But they did talk about it a little bit, and Rob Barsamian, who's the president of Horror Inc., no, it's not Sean Cunningham. That might shock some people. You'd be surprised. Rob Barsamian said, "We strive to maintain Jason's original essence while continuing to move toward the future with a defined look and feel that takes Jason into his next chapter." And again, this look, we don't know what it's for. They said basically everything. Like, we're under the Jason Universe umbrella, so when they release a new game, this will be in it. When they release a new movie, this will be in it. Right. Crystal Lake, this will be in it.
This is the Jason you will see everywhere.
That's what it seems.
That's what they're saying.
Especially in the world of merchandising, which we'll come back to in a second.
Yeah.
But also, Horror Inc.'s chief marketing officer, Sherry Kahn, said, "We're listening to fans and actively developing a slate under the Jason Universe banner that spans new movies, gaming, immersive experiences, collectibles, and more. Our film franchise is one of the most enduring horror properties in cinematic history, and we're actively reimagining what the next chapter and the slasher genre overall can become." So there you go. Jason Universe.
So they're goated.
If they're really listening to fans, can they please take feedback about the mask? Because from day one, 2 years ago, people have been on their ass about that mask.
Yeah.
Because that was what looked like an AI-generated mask. If you look at the original logo and now the new cinematic opening they got going, it looks like AI, man.
Yeah, seriously. I'm not a fan. Definitely not a fan.
I'll tell you what, it looks like it was made like for a video game. It does have that I'm going to Dead by Daylight vibe.
You are not wrong.
Even that look, if you talk about Mortal Kombat, that's very similar to what Mortal Kombat looks like, despite
skinnier.
And the hockey mask. I know a lot of people have made jokes about Jason being too skinny. I don't read into that at all. But however, can you see Kane Hodder wearing that outfit? He's not going to anyway. The man's 70 years old, all right? But yeah, I could never see even CJ Graham. I don't think the skinny jeans look really works on a bulkier Jason like that. But however, Derek Mears could probably pull that look off.
Yeah, sure.
It depends which Derek Mears. Is it bulking Derek Mears or cutting Derek Mears?
Cutting Derek Mears could pull it off.
Yeah. Greg Nicotero, I think, is the most shocking part of this, because if you let Greg cook, Greg will cook, dude.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they went out of their way and got Greg to do this beyond just using his name, which I think is a fair assumption, but it's nothing more than that. It's an assumption.
Right. How long did he spend on this?
Like, an afternoon, probably.
Maybe.
Which is why it could circle back that he watched a couple of fan films. Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. Now the big juicy news. Okay, so that came out. All right. Jason Universe, they got the look. They are working with Victor Miller and his attorney. So rights, not a problem other than the trademark of F-13. However, this week as well, they put out a press release that confirmed that they have a partnership with Horror Inc. and Friday the 13th LLC with Stryker Entertainment. Stryker Entertainment, it's funny because it's kind of hard to explain what they do. Essentially, they work with brands, they make deals, and then they take that IP and they kind of sell it out to the world of licensing. Toys, shirts, things like that. They do those deals for you. Right. Is essentially what this is. But this press release specifically got really juicy because they said some specific things that obviously caught the eyes of the gamers.
Yeah.
Let's talk. I'm going to read the whole press release, and then we'll talk about it afterwards, okay? So, again, Los Angeles, California. This was on May 13th. Stryker Entertainment has signed an exclusive partnership with Horror Inc. and Friday 13th LLC. Under the agreement, Stryker, in conjunction with horror CMO Sherry Khan, will oversee global consumer products of Jason Universe, the definitive umbrella brand for the iconic horror franchise. The initiative also includes Friday the 13th, the game, and Crystal Lake, giving fans new ways to connect with the legacy of Jason Voorhees through a broad range of merchandise worldwide. Let's pause. Pause. That was the moment, right? Like,
right.
That immediately led. You probably have seen some crazy YouTube titles that are like, "It's back."
Yeah,
we're back. Which I think it's fair because it's kind of hard to understand exactly what Stryker does. Stryker has done some stuff in the world of gaming. They were directly involved with the Five Nights at Freddy's VR.
Yep.
But as for like, what they do is they produce deals for merchandising. So when I read that as we're gonna get some F-13 the game merch and Crystal Lake merch.
Yeah.
I didn't read it as Friday the 13th the game
is coming back.
At the same time, I do think a game is being worked on. All of this shit going on, the first thing I would have done if I was working under the Jason Universe umbrella would have said, okay, what made us the most money in the last 20 years? The game.
Yep.
Let's go make another game.
Yeah. And that is... That's not off the back of Harry Manfredini saying, "Oh yeah, they're working on a game," because he don't know anything about specifics at all. I'm surprised he even knew there would be a game at all.
Yeah,
he's the last person you contact when it comes to making the game.
Yeah, I feel like his situation was like, "Hey, if we do another game, are you down to do the score?" Oh yeah. And I feel like that was kind of it.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Yep, they're working on another game.
Yeah,
it's gonna be different. It's gonna be, what did they say? Updated graphics.
Yeah, more realistic.
More realistic.
Yeah.
What does that mean, Harry? Please explain it to me in the simplest term possible. I don't think you can."
Yeah. So, a couple quotes in this press release as well before we get too deep into this conversation because I know our tinfoil hats are going to be on tight. Yeah. So, as we started to look at the impactful ways to introduce Jason Universe to consumers, we knew that our strongest path forward would be with Stryker Entertainment and their proven pedigree in the consumer product space, said Sherry Khan, CMO for Horror Inc. Their track record with genre IP ensures that fans will be able to experience Jason Universe in a unique way. Stryker has built its business and reputation representing some of the most iconic genre and horror IP in the business, but when it comes to the classic slasher icons, Jason is permanently carved into the Mount Rushmore of horror. From Saw, The Walking Dead, Devil's Rejects, Creepshow, Night of the Living Dead, and more, Stryker is rooted in the genre and knows how to give fans what they want on a global basis. We cannot wait to see how Jason's legacy continues with new content, said Russell Binder, CEO of Stryker Entertainment. Okay, now we can put the tinfoil hats on. I'm ready. Yeah, it's a pretty crazy thing that immediately after Gunn announces end of content, Jason Universe starts picking shit up.
Right.
They drop the new look for Jason. Now, all of a sudden, we have a press release that directly references not just a new F-13 game, but Friday the 13th, the game specifically. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I don't want to be like, this is it.
This is what's
they
going
are
on.
Gun left because they're doing a remaster. That's that. And of course, we do know that Gun was in a mocap studio last weekend. Scott Taylor Compton, the same studio that they've been in every time we've seen them. Do you remember the name of that studio? That's
Is it House of Moves?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they were there this past weekend. We saw Rob, we saw Ronnie, and then there also was Scout Taylor Compton. I don't think that's for an F-13 game. I'm sure that whatever that game is something they've been working on for a long time. But either way, immediately after announcing the end of content in TCM.
Yeah, I've seen people be like, the reason they ended Texas Chainsaw is because Jason Universe has them back and they said they cannot work on other IPs. So they had to stop working on TCM so they could work on bringing Friday the 13th back.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
A publisher
should be working on
should be working on multiple games
things.
And it's not like TCM was making some very real money. I don't think that's a surprise. So why would you want to end content unless you absolutely had to when you have something right there that can make you money?
Right.
That again, that's just how bad it was going. That's just how bad it was going on the development side of things. They weren't getting out the content that could make them money.
Right.
Now, that said, could they be doing an F-13 remastered? Yeah, I would.
I would too. That'd be at the top of my list to do.
Like I said, money talks, man. And I know Wes is on the record saying, I'll never work with Horror Inc. again. But now Horror Inc. is not just Horror Inc. Horror Inc. is Victor Miller and his attorney as well. Like, Jason Universe is not just a single company involved in this.
Right.
There should be no limitations, in theory. Of course, if you're going to call it Friday the 13th, the game remastered, it's going to have to be a deal with New Line as well.
Right.
Because that's their trademark. So, yeah, I mean, yes, there are people that have to come together for this, but man, the amount of money. All you do, the first trailer that comes out is Uber Jason, and you say, "We're back, baby. Let's do it." Upgraded to Unreal 5, F-13 remastered,
Friday the 13th, the game remastered. Friday the 13th, Part 2, the game Part 2. Friday the 13th, the game Part 2.
Yeah, I will. I mean, I don't want to run with this too much. The Striker Entertainment deal.
We just turned the copium off.
Yeah,
we're bringing it back out.
Yeah,
baby.
Right. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves here with this whole idea that it is happening, because I've seen a lot of straight up confirmed it's happening. Like, hold on, could it be happening? Absolutely. The Striker Entertainment deal, I don't think is a 1-to-1 like it's happening guaranteed. I think you might see some F-13 the game merch pop up.
Savini Jason everywhere.
Well, here's the thing about that. I don't know if they can do that without working with Gun directly. They can take the Friday the 13th the game logo. Even that had to go with New Line, right? I don't know. That's weird, because they could do that, but I don't think they can do what Gun did and sell like Chad Whatface shirts.
Right. They would have to work with Gun on that.
Yeah, I'm not even so sure. Can they take the model? Jason's their character, but can they take the Art Bully models and sell those as on merch?
If that was part of the deal, then sure. Right. If it wasn't, then no.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't know,
because I think Gun technically owns the original character, like LaChapa, Chad. Like, I think they own that.
Yeah,
I think that's how that works, at least in terms of merchandising. I don't know.
From my understanding, I would assume that's the case.
Yeah, I don't know. That's above my my legal understanding. There's a person we could ask. Get him on the line. Call Larry right now. Actually, I should shoot him a message. Be like, yo, thoughts? What are we thinking here?
Yeah.
How you doing? How you doing, man?
Exclusive response. Lawyer explains all.
Lawyer explains
Gone
all.
sexual.
But yeah, moral of the story, like I was saying, I'm glad there's a little bit of hope for that IP again. I don't jump straight to a remaster is happening. But I do think, remaster or not, I think a game is actively happening.
It should be.
Yeah.
It absolutely should be. While the iron is still hot, and it is. People are trying to still play with all the DNS and all that stuff going on. The F13 the game subreddit is still popping.
You'd be surprised at how massive of a response an F13 remaster would get. Like, it'd break the internet for a day, man.
For sure. Absolutely.
That's why everyone's running with this so much. Like, we want it to be true.
Right.
Like, help me, Jason Universe. You're my only hope. So, yeah.
That's a scary thing to say. Help me, Jason Universe.
Yeah. Sorry to keep being a dead horse here, but the way Jason Universe, this is why I'm trying to, let's keep the hope low, because the way Jason Universe is handling things is weird to me. Like,
hey, it's our 40th anniversary.
45th. Have some respect.
It's the 45th anniversary. Look at this video. Mic drop. It's our logo that we already showed you.
Yeah, I think Bloody Disgusting baited us a little bit too.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they got the exclusive on that, and they were like, what did they say? They had like a follow-up, a teaser.
Oh, you're
tweet.
up?
No, before that. Because Jason Universe responded to whatever they said. And that's when they said, "Oh, good, you're up."
Yeah, or it was like, it may not be the 13th, but it is a Friday.
Yeah.
And then Jason Universe replied with eyeballs or a knife
I think it was
emoji,
eyeballs.
and then Bloody Disgusting. Oh, good, you're up.
Yeah, it makes you that they baited me with that. I was like, "Oh shit, big drop."
That was
logo.
during the Dead by Daylight anniversary stream.
Yeah, it was
Right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning of that DVD stream.
In case you're wondering, the DVD stream delivered far more than that announcement did.
100%.
But then the concept art, I guess, is cool. It's cool that we got to see a new look of Jason. But why would you? This is your way of revealing it through Ad Week. Ad Week. What kind of corporate shit is that?
And they didn't say it was concept art at first. They were like, "This is your Jason."
I think the article did. The
article did.
Yeah.
But their own tweet was like, "Here you go, mic drop again." Like,
well,
I hate it.
I'm not so sure. I don't know who they got running their socials, but they also posted like 30 minutes early on Instagram.
Yeah.
They had to figure out how to get on the twat. They forgot to log in.
Oh, shit. Dave, where's the login?
Yeah. It's weird.
And
the whole thing's weird.
and
Announcing through Ad Week is crazy. To me, that is that feels so out of touch to me. Like
that corporate.
Yeah, right. You say you're listening to the fans and whatnot, but then you release an exclusive through Ad Week and not Bloody Disgusting, not any other actual horror site or movie site or news
Hell,
site.
I take Variety.
It's weird. Yeah. Well, yeah. Or Deadline. Like, it just, Ad Week was so random. It almost feels fake when you...
Yeah.
So, okay. I think that's enough of the Jason Universe talk. I hope is there. We're coping. We continue to cope, but I guess there is true hope that a remaster could be happening.
That would be... I'd love it. I would love it.
If you think about it, especially with the feedback of such a lackluster end of content announcement, I would be a lot more willing to make a deal that perhaps doesn't favor me if I was Gunn. Perhaps with the split is like 50-50, which is something that Wes said he'd never take in the past, right? I forgot what's the standard he said, 70-30?
Yeah, I think so.
70-30?
60-40.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, perhaps if something a little bit more not favored to them were to be offered, perhaps they'd be a lot more willing to take it at this time.
Would you rather have hundreds of millions of dollars or nothing?
Yeah, right. 50% of $100 million is a whole lot better than 100% of $0.
Exactly. Get the money printers back out. It's a money printer, bro.
Yeah. So
for all sides, it's a money printer.
Oh yeah. We'd eat it up. But all right, that's Jason Universe talk. Real quick, I want to say thank you to Be Blush for becoming a member. I'm working on getting alerts on this setup. Hopefully by next time we're in here. And John Horr, thank you for 12 months. Morning, guys. 1 year. Loved every moment. Thanks. Appreciate you, brother. 1 whole year, brother. Goat. Okay. That's actually a good point that Cyber just said. If they do a remaster, have an upgrade option. If you own the game, $10 upgrade to it, that'd be nice. Depends. Let me be clear. Probably not going to happen. Remaster, probably not going to happen. But if they were to do one, I think they would go all in with it and
it'd be a
treat
new game.
and treat it like an entirely new game because it's probably going to be on a completely different engine.
Oh, for sure. Or we just upgrade the engine again.
That's technically what would be happening, right?
Yeah,
but you'd
right.
have to completely redo the models too.
Yeah.
Like obviously you want to try to recreate La Chapa,
Well,
but you got to redo the whole model.
Yeah. And La Chapa's a real person. Do you have to talk to him again?
Yes.
So,
Unless he
signed it for life.
he probably did.
They probably
They probably got his ass.
Hey, they paid to be in it, so like
Yeah, $10,000.
so I'm sure they do not give a shit what they do with their likeness.
You know the real La Chapa, every time I've seen him outside of the video game, he always seems so sad. It makes me sad. He always just seems so upset or angry.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I'd love to meet him.
Get him on the show.
Please.
Fly him out here.
He can sit right here on my lap.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Okay. I'm sure at the end of the stream we'll be talking about F-13 some more, but let's move on to a couple small little updates here in the other world of horror. First of all, Smile 2. Any fans here? I'm a fan. They're releasing a Sky Riley EP performed by Naomi Scott as her pop star character for Smile 2, and it's coming to vinyl from Graffiti Records in association with Interscope. Come on.
Hell yeah. Yeah, they did that. It was on Spotify, I think like the week the movie released.
Yeah.
They put it on Spotify and now putting it on vinyl. Hell yeah.
Yeah, the marketing behind it's very smart, and I appreciate
They get it.
Yeah, they get it.
They can lean into it easy as well.
Yeah. It's a 6-song album. It's pressed blood on white satin, as you can see there. It's priced at $29.99. It's not too bad, but it's due out on June 20th. Here's the thing, though. It's limited to 2,500 copies.
Yeah.
And as of before starting this stream, I don't know what that sound was, but it scared me. Before starting this stream, they had only 230 copies remaining.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're going to sell out soon. So if you want one, there is a link in the description. I already put it there. It's there right now. If you want to get your Sky Riley vinyl.
I do. Thanks.
I do. It's pretty sweet. Okay. In other news, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We already talked about it several times in the show. Hulu is doing a Buffy the Vampire Slayer series that will include Sarah Michelle Gellar. And Sarah Michelle Gellar has been intimately involved, apparently in the casting as well.
Yeah.
As she was involved in the announcement of our new Vampire Slayer, who is Ryan Kiera Armstrong, who I have a picture of. Please stand by. It's weird because she's in Skeleton Crew star. A little bit older now.
Yeah.
I was caught off guard. I looked her up. I'm like, wow, she grew up a little bit. Like, because that's like right for IMDb. She's rocking it in her Instagram. So
This is her IMDb photo.
that's her IMDb photo.
It needs to be updated a little bit, in my opinion. But
Yeah, that's your new star, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and this time around, described as a cerebral 16-year-old named Nova, likely a placeholder name, but skewing more Will than Buffy. The character is described as very smart and a bit of a loner. Sarah Michelle Gellar gave her some serious praise, as she said, "From the moment I saw Ryan's audition, I knew there was only one girl that I wanted by my side. To have that kind of emotional intelligence and talent at such a young age is truly a gift. The bonus is that her smile lights up even the darkest room."
she's popping off.
I can't believe it's actually happening. Like, when we started talking about Buffy and it was Sarah Michelle Gellar, like, hey, there's some hope here. It felt like nothing more than that.
Right.
Now here we are with casting updates, and they're doing it. They're doing the damn thing.
I'll take it.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Next topic. Horror in Haddonfield, The Untold Stories of Halloween. Horror-obsessive founder Andrew Grevis will publish Horror in Haddonfield, The Untold Stories of Halloween, in paperback and ebook on October 7th via Tucker DS Press. It's a 250-page book with a whole bunch of behind-the-scenes and exclusive stories from 13 Halloween films. Includes interviews with Daniel Harris, Kyle Taylor Compton, Ellie Cornell, Tom Atkins, Stacey Nelkin, Marion Hagen, Lance Guest, Dee Wallace, Kathleen Kinmont, Jefferson Hall, Sandy Johnson, Daniel Roebuck, Chris Duran, and Brad Laurie. And the book also includes insight from directors Dwight Little, Dominic Otherin-Gerard, Alan McElroy, Shem Bitterman, Daniel Ferrens, Robert Zappia, and Paul Brad Logan. Cinematographers Dean Cundy, David Geddes, and Phil Parment. Just among a few of the names.
just a few.
It's pretty sweet, man. If you're a Halloween nerd, I think it's gonna be cool to check out this October. A lot going on there.
Yeah.
I think we're probably due for a big type of documentary style thing for Halloween as well, even if it's just the Blum films.
Yeah.
We're probably due for something like that too.
True. Yeah. Cool.
And real quick, I wanted to talk about this because I thought it was sweet. Fear Street Prom Queen, which is coming out on May 23rd. They've been having some fun. They've been having some fun with some posters. So 2 new posters dropped this week. Obviously, taking some sweet inspiration from Carrie and Prom Night.
I fucking love these, dude. I love these.
It gives you, if you've watched the trailer for Fear Street Prom Queen, I don't recommend watching the new one, by the way. The new one just dropped.
Right.
And it is, I think it's pushing a little too far with the spoilers. But just based on the vibes of the first trailer, very self-aware.
Mm-hmm.
They know what they're going for. It takes place in the 1980s. They are paying homage to Carrie. They're paying homage to Prom Night. They also, I can't even tell if they're real. I think I couldn't find any actual site covering the other poster. But I saw a Nightmare on Elm Street one, and I saw a Halloween one where the pumpkin was a disco ball. It was sweet.
I love it.
These ones I know for a fact are official, and they're pretty sweet.
Yeah.
They're cooking over there.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's our actual topics of the day. I just wanted to do something quick here live and give us a reason to talk about F-13. Also, new releases, Final Destination Bloodlines is out. It's made $100 million. By far the biggest opening weekend of the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Not surprising when the trailer got 215 million views in 24 hours or something. Pretty crazy. We watched it. We liked it. We're doing a review of it. We're not going to do a YouTube review anymore. We ran out of time. We had a buddy in town. He took up all our time.
Always does.
But we are doing a spoiler-filled review for Make Every Death Count, our other podcast, which I think we're recording after this. Nick, thoughts? Oh. So, yeah, if you want to hear our thoughts on it, if you've seen, that's the place to go. Real quick as well, convention updates. Texas Frightmare Weekend is May 23rd through 25th. They just keep dropping new guests. Literally yesterday, Bruce Campbell was announced.
Hell yeah.
The show's in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And they're announcing guests. But Melissa Barrera, Linda Blair, Jasmine Savoy Brown, Jeffrey Combs, Dan DiLorenzo, Ray Santiago, Dead Meat,
Would.
Chelsea Ann James,
Would.
Kane Hodder.
Would.
Yep. And there's a lot more, too. So go check out the website if you're interested. If you're in the Dallas, Texas area. Monsterpalooza as well, May 30th through June 1st. Pasadena, California. One of the better conventions in the California area. For some reason, not a lot of horror cons out there. You think that a lot of the people that would go to these things probably live out there. But Ron Perlman will be there. Cole Sprouse. That's a weird one.
Nice.
But he's there. Carl Gugino, David Arquette, Joseph Whipp, Rose McGowan, Dave Sheridan, the Kyoto Brothers.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, Monsterpalooza, Pasadena, California, May 30th through the June 1st. There you go. That's it. Now we can stop talking about shit. We can talk about whatever the hell you guys want for at least 62 seconds.
Did you see Streamlabs posted in the chat?
What? Really? What does it say? Oh! I see Alan tip $50. I'm sorry, we don't have alerts. What was the message? I
don't know.
I didn't know Alan was rich like that. Thank you, Alan. I appreciate that, man. Let me go look at the message here. Sorry, we don't. I'm telling you, I'm literally moving an entire PC in here to get shit working, alerts working in this setup.
Teaser for Welcome to Dairy drops tomorrow.
That's right. That's right. They had a little 7-second announcement for that. So
an announcement for
the announcement.
The trailer.
A teaser for the teaser.
A teaser for the teaser.
That's right.
Got it.
That's what we do in modern marketing.
But how did we know the teaser for the teaser was coming? They didn't tease it.
They probably did somewhere.
Probably.
1 second. Recent events. Alan. The Alan. Said, and here we go. Love this new format for weekly horror updates. Thank you. Yeah, it makes it easier to do it live. We can kind of run through it real fast. I don't have to worry about immediately going from this to editing it right away. And you guys showed up. I didn't expect. I intentionally, let me tell you something. I intentionally made it where I didn't reference Jason or F-13 at all in the title or the thumbnail to test if this format would have people show up. And it did.
So you're going to change the title after?
No, I'm going to take, I recorded this. This is all being recorded. So I'm just going to have this be on its own. And then I'll post that clip of Jason Universe separately. And then I'll clickbait. I'll clickbait with that one.
True.
You know? I don't want to clickbait too hard. I'm not going to be like, Friday the 13th the game confirmed. I might do, I don't know.
We are
Friday
so
the 13th the game, put returning ? New licensing deal, something like that. Like, you know, new licensing deal.
Bar. Oh, we need clickbait for the clickbait.
The clickbait.
Correct.
So, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
It's lit.
So now you want to talk about a short review. I think we should, because I just said we're not going to do a Final Destination review on YouTube. This could be it right now. Our spoiler-free review. They did a great job.
Goated.
Yeah, I tell you what, in terms of Zach Leposki making sequels for franchises, this is a whole lot better than the last time he did it.
Yeah.
If you don't know, Zach Leposki directed Leprechaun Origins, which is
Stinky.
One of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Yeah. It's one of the worst rated ever.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. But this time around, I thought they did a really good job.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are ranking it. Well, it's funny because I went into it with seeing reviews that said it's the worst
horror
movie I've ever seen. The characters are terrible. It's horribly written, a miserable experience. I read several reviews that said that from like horror gurus on Twitter. I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, it can't be that bad. There's no way it's that bad.
Did they watch the movie?
Right. And then we go see it, and I was like, these are some of the best characters that we've ever had in the franchise. It's well written. It's extremely self-aware.
Yep.
To the point, like, the reason I still rank the first three films above it, I understand why people might have this higher, might have Bloodlines higher, because it's got those comedic beats. It is super self-aware. They went in all in with the gore. Some very CGI gore. Some, I don't know, it wasn't overly distracting, but there were some times where it was like that whole scene was 3D rendered, brother.
It didn't look bad though.
No, it's just, it is cartoons. It is like cartoon vibe. It's so over the top that it's.
But that is Final Destination.
Yeah, but Final Destination, I don't think that is as much Final Destination as people think. We kind of look back at it that way because it is over the top kills. Like the log truck is nuts, bro. Like there are some gore,
that's the most realistic.
But a lot of it's very ground. Like it looks real, man. And then like look at Final Destination 3, like the tanning bed scene. There's nothing cartoony about that, bro. It's a hard thing to watch.
Honestly, 3 is the most realistic.
Yeah. And then the first 3 are also like dark. They have this very dark color grade, sinister vibe going on.
What do you mean? The Final Destination is blue.
Not the Final Destination, but the first 3 are, they're just more serious vibes, and I think that's why I like those more. Especially the third one. The third one is like, seriously, I know it's Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Ryan Merriman.
That's why it's the GOAT.
But honestly, there's no like funny kills in that movie, except for maybe the weightlifting kill.
The drive-through sequence is kind of funny.
I don't know, man.
Kinda.
I don't know. But yeah, then Final Destination 4, the Final Destination, they went for this very bright and like livid look, and then Final Destination 5 followed in suit, and it did the same thing. And now 6 is the same way. Very colorful, very bright, warm film. And it's a good film. It is infinitely better than the 4th film. It's better than 5 in my opinion. I'd rank it probably 4th in the franchise.
I think I'm throwing it 3rd.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are putting it at 2. Some people are putting it at 1.
I thought about I put it at 2 behind the 3rd one, obviously. And I'm like, maybe tomorrow.
Maybe.
But today I'm putting it at 3.
Yeah.
3-1-2 or 3-1 Bloodlines 2.
Choose your fate option was Final Destination 3. And you didn't really get to choose your fate. It was like go left, go right, and then the same result would happen anyway.
Yeah.
It's like you just get hit somewhere different on your body.
Still cool.
It might be better. I'd have to really, because I gave it a 4-star on Letterboxd. So
I think I did 2 or 4.5.
yeah. So I gave the third film a 4.5, and then I gave 1 a 4. And 2 a 4, and Bloodlines a 4, and then I gave 5 a 3.5, and then I gave 4 a 2.5. So like, to me, 1, 2, and Bloodlines are very close. It really just depends the vibe you're going for, to be honest. The Tony Todd scene was crazy, by the way. Like, I didn't think he was gonna have that much dialogue because he often doesn't. It's not like it's an overly long scene, but even in real time, watching in the theater, I was like, dude, he's talking to us right now. It was...
Yeah, it came out that most of that was all go Tony.
Yeah, they said
do what you want.
The last couple lines there when he's standing at the door was unscripted, and they just said, Tony, talk to the fans.
Yeah.
And you could seriously feel that. Like, it felt like he was talking right to me. And
it was... I'll be honest. I don't cry at movies. This was the closest I've been in a long time.
Put on Marley and Me and tell me.
Marley and Me don't get me.
God, fucked me up, man.
It was the closest I've gotten to crying ever at a movie theater. Ever.
In a movie theater, I think I've only cried during Marley and Me a week after my dog died.
Well, that's why.
Yeah, I was just a kid, too. I was like, I think I was 8 or 9. Yeah. Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
You didn't cry during Infinity War?
No, but I almost did, rewatching it and being like, holy shit, you're right. That's crazy that Spider-Man had felt the dust before he turned to it.
Alan just casually tipped another $50. I don't know what's going on here. Alan, you knock that off right now. You save your money right now. But I do really appreciate you, man. He said, I think Bloodlines was a good movie, and Tony Todd's last lines in the movie, my heart.
Yeah. I do also enjoy that he was the kid at the beginning that piqued that it literally showed how his interest in death and all of that.
Did you predict that, by the way?
I want to say that I did.
Oh, no spoilers. That's you're creeping on the line of spoilers.
I want to say that I don't think so.
I don't really think so either, but I'm just saying, you're creeping on the line of spoilers.
I want to say that I did, but no.
Didn't the second I saw him, I was like, come on. I was like, it wasn't even just the fact that he's a black kid. It was like the hair, the bod. I was like, that like looks like that's exactly what they're gonna go for.
Yeah. But yeah, it was good. Very good.
The shirt.
Yeah, I have 3 at 5 stars, obviously. I have 1
5 stars is crazy.
I have 1 Bloodlines and 2 at 4 stars. I have 5 at 2.5, and I have thee at 2.
Yeah.
2 stars.
Wait, you put 5 at 2 stars? You said V.
5 is 2.5.
Okay. That seems low.
4. The.
Yeah, the. Oh, you said the. I think you said V.
The Final Destination.
Yeah.
2.
I've heard a lot of people ranking the opening scenes, and again, no spoilers here, but I don't. I mean, 2's got to be the best.
I think it's 2 then Bloodlines for. No, 2, 3 Bloodlines for me.
I think Bloodlines might have a better opening than 3, but I think what the reason you could put 3 above Bloodlines, I think there is just way more of a fear of roller coasters. I think that hits a lot more at home.
Yeah, for sure.
But Bloodlines is very creative.
Yeah,
and it was a cheeky way of kind of giving some backstory.
Yes,
there in the spoiler-free world. I'll elaborate on this more in our spoiler-filled review, but there's a location in this film of somebody who has experienced this before that I thought was kind of too cheesy. Like the household of that woman, I was like, it didn't make any sense to me. It actually, like, it really took me out for a moment. I was like, what are you? She basically has like military grade traps outside of her house for the force of death.
She's goated.
I thought that was stupid.
Can't be too.
I was
can't be too safe.
I was thrown off by that. It's like, why would you ever, if you had the force of death going after you, why would you ever put deadly weapons in your yard? I get you don't go outside, but what are you stopping with that?
Other people, maybe.
Who does death possessing people to come kill you? It's never worked like that before.
Well, she was.
I feel like all she's doing with that is increasing her chances of being killed.
Well, it worked for how many years?
Because she didn't go outside.
I don't go outside, and I'm still alive. It works. There's dangerous stuff out there. There's bees. I don't want to touch no bees.
It seemed, you know what, like what they do with the in 2 with, or she's staying in the padded room. That makes way more sense to me. Put me in somewhere if I'm trying to avoid death. Exactly, gave Halloween 2018 vibes. It's exactly how it is, but so much worse. But yeah, it's like if you're trying to avoid death, you'd want to avoid all needles, all knives, like everything. Put yourself in a padded room. That's the way to do it. You don't build a fucking fortress. You don't build a Clash of Clans fortress. That is what that is. It's a Clash of Clans fortress.
Watch out for the balloons. Watch out for the balloons.
Oh my goodness.
All right, I feel like we don't need to record a review anymore. I feel like we kind of hit it.
That was a spoiler-free review. We gotta make everything.
All right, spoilers. People die.
Yeah. Yeah, they sure do. I see a lot of people simping over, what's his face? I'm zoning out. Every character name in the movie.
Oh, shit.
Tattoo guy.
Yeah.
Tattoo guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great character. Yeah.
It's pretty hot.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I saw a picture. It was like scene stealer, movie stealer, franchise stealer.
Yeah. I saw that.
He is the king of the franchise.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Chase. Exactly. It's like
Eric. Eric is the character name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying that I said Chase was Eric, or Eric was Chase.
Eric said that, not Chase the base.
Chase the base. I don't really have anything else this morning. What did I had a specific schedule on our calendar of what time this would end.
Hopefully 11:29.
Oh, it was actually 12:30.
Oh, great heavens.
So if we could say noon if you got anything you're dying to do for the next half hour. All right, 11:45.
I don't know.
He's no Devin Sawa. Fair. Haven't seen Clown in a Cornfield yet. Want to. It's very tricky for us to go see.
It comes out on VOD next week.
Okay, well then we'll watch it.
Or the week after.
I enjoyed Hell of a Summer.
You finish it?
Yeah. I mean, I get why people don't like it, but it's exactly what I would expect from a movie like that.
It's towards the top of my list. I still got to watch all the Fear Streets.
Yeah, you do.
It comes out
23rd. It's right there.
When does it come out? It's down there twice.
Yeah.
So Friday.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday night.
Yeah, probably.
What day is it?
They're fun. They're fun flicks.
Yeah.
Last night for movie night, we watched Stay Alive. Still a banger. The Stay Alive, I remember when I was a kid. The movie came out in 2006. And when I was a kid watching that at 10 years old, I remember hardcore sitting on my Windows 98 computer Googling to see if the game was real. Because the movie ends and it shows like a PS2 case of Stay Alive. I'm like, man,
I want to
play. It looked like a fun game, and I think they should make it real. And now it's funny because when they start playing the game for the first time, what's her face? Again, awful character. I remember October and Hutch and what's her face, the blonde. She's like, well, maybe you have to read the text. They're like, okay, voice activated technology. Like, we're not even close. That's like next generation technology. And then it works when they do. I was like, now you could do that today. You can do that. There'd be no questions asked. Do that right now. And have the game start by you have to have your mic on and read the thing.
I'm doing that right now.
Come to me, clouds. May you rise like an evil storm, born to rip them open. That's all I know of it. Yeah, that's a fun movie. It's bad. I get it, but pretty fun movie. Frankie Muniz in it, and he's on a comeback right now. I was saying last night we should get Frankie Muniz on the show and only talk about Stay Alive.
Okay.
You think he's down?
No.
I said I will have my people contact his people. In other words, I need you to get in the email.
I'll have my people contact his people. Chase,
get on it. Then we watched Dead Silence.
Nice.
That's a great flick. The end reveal still holds up. The score still slaps, etc. Then we watched Cry Wolf. That movie sucks. I still have fun with it. But
it holds down.
It is being held exclusively by nostalgia and Jared Padalecki.
True.
I feel like the reveal in that movie is not bad either.
No.
Like
it's fine.
Why am I strutting? Oh. But Scream 7 was already announced.
Staying alive.
Oh. Yep. Stay alive.
Stay alive.
When we get a Scream 7 trailer, right?
Well, I was hoping today. Probably not.
Yeah.
Sad.
And then, of course, we ended by watching Superhero Movie again. It's a good flick, man. It's a good flick.
How'd you do that?
How'd you do that? I have a list of questions I can ask you if you want.
Okay.
Let me lay it on you. I don't know if they're really. Do you want to play the 20 questions? Think of a character? I can do it right now. I'll think of a character right now.
Okay.
All right, I'm thinking of a character right now. Ask me questions. Play along at home.
Male or female?
Male.
I guess it's yes or no, but
Then it's
okay.
Is it male? Yes.
I'm sorry, I forgot what I asked. Male or female?
Male.
Okay, it's male. Movie.
Yes. Like
Not TV.
correct.
Movie. 2020s.
No.
10s.
No.
80s.
No.
90s.
No.
2000s.
Yes. To be clear, just to help you out a little bit, I'm thinking of a specific
Version.
Yeah.
Okay. 2000s. Part of a franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Did this franchise start in the 2000s?
No.
Laurie Strode.
No.
Oh. It's a male. I'm a man. Shit.
She's more of a man than I am in that new trilogy.
Fair.
She's a stud.
Okay, is he a antagonist?
So the definition of protagonist and antagonist is a little weird, especially when you look at these types of films.
Is he a horror icon?
Yeah.
Is he...
Technically, he's the protagonist of this film, but you could argue otherwise.
Is he... Oh, okay. Is he widely regarded as being on the Mount Rushmore of horror?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Booba.
No.
He's the protagonist of this movie?
Technically, yeah. Like, by definition, like, because protagonist doesn't mean the good guy. It means, like, the main story character,
Yeah.
you know, like, that's progressing the story forward.
Okay.
And technically, this character is doing that.
Okay. Jason.
Yeah.
In a specific scene?
Well, actually, I guess because of the specific version I'm thinking of Jason, he is not the protagonist. He actually would be the antagonist.
Yeah.
Because it's Uber Jason.
Uber Jason. Got it.
I looked right at the Uber Jason mask and I was like, oh, yeah, let's do that.
Oh.
But now I'll look at something else. Mm-hmm. 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 Gauging the room. Uh-huh. I got nothing. Let me think of something a little bit different. Let me do
Oh, no.
all right. I got one that only you will be able to guess.
A character?
Yeah.
Okay. Male?
Yep.
Movie?
Mm-hmm.
90s?
No.
80s?
No.
2000s?
No.
10s?
No.
20s?
Yes.
2020s?
Yep.
Okay. Did the franchise start? Is it part of a franchise?
Yes, technically.
Technically.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You'll get it when let's just say, for the sake of the game, yes. I would say no because I'm a respectful person.
What the fuck?
Wolf Spider, thank you so much for coming to member, dude. Hell yeah, welcome back, brother.
Okay. Protagonist
Yes.
is it a slasher?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's. Is there a signature in this room right now?
Yeah, there is.
It's John Carver, isn't it?
No, that's a good
well-
guess though, because that kind of makes sense where it's part of a franchise, but not really,
Because it's not yet.
Yeah, but and then also you can kind of circle it back to.
It's actually not Thanksgiving. It's not John Carver.
No.
There's a signature in this room.
Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of signatures in this room. I guess. In theory,
Victor
that
Crowley from Hatchet.
no, in theory that would give it away, but you're cheating right now. Why don't you just ask some fucking questions?
Because I don't know. Technically, yes.
Technically, yes.
Fuck. From the 2020s?
Mm-hmm. I thought you just looked right at it, and I was like, oh, he's gonna get it now.
Huh?
Are you playing with me right now? Hey, Alan, thank you so much for coming, member, dude.
I genuinely don't know.
Just in a given mood today.
Hard Eyes.
No.
The franchise started in the 2020s.
No. I didn't say that. No.
Did the franchise start in the 2010s?
No. You're overthinking. It's a lot easier for you than you would think.
Bruh.
Everyone playing along in the chat, they will never get it, but you could get it.
What the fuck? Is it on this shelf?
Mm-mm. No.
No?
You looked like right at it, and that's why, because I was like, oh shit, he's gonna get it.
What the fuck?
Technically in the chat you could get it, but I'm going niche on Nick on purpose. You just did it again. No?
What the fuck? Am I looking?
Yeah.
So he's a protagonist.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Little Sullivan.
Yeah, Little Sullivan.
Yeah, Ethan Spickler.
Yeah. Steven
from The Fall of Camp Blood.
See, it's technically part of a franchise, but because I'm respectful, I won't say that because it's not canon. Because I have respect.
Damn.
All right. I'm sorry.
That was crazy.
You're welcome.
You
got any thoughts on that?
I was gonna think of a movie, but like one that I watched recently.
Oh.
But I haven't watched anything good.
We when we were drinking with the boys the other night on Thursday. We watched the Fall of Camp Blood gag reel. It's got to be one of the best gag reels of all time.
It's pretty good.
It's hilarious. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. Actually, I think you can. I think the the member registration on our website on /cast.net, I believe it is open now. So you don't need approval. So you can just log in. You can just make an account, log in, and then you'll get access to the Fall of Camp Blood page now. And the gag reel's on there.
Lit.
If you want to vibe with it. Alan also just tipped another $30. This guy just spent his entire bank account.
And get jiggy with it.
Because I will find that this interesting. One of you need to convince the other that the Nightmare on Elm Street remake was a good movie.
No.
I can do it. I got you. Here's the thing. Nightmare on Elm Street remake. It gets dogged on.
Because it's trash.
It gets dogged on. But there's things you're missing. Micro naps? Genius. One of the smartest things to happen in the franchise, if you think about it. Okay? Rooney Mara is an Oscar-nominated actress.
For this movie?
No.
Oh.
She's an Oscar-nominated actress. Very talented. Gonna go on to do some A-list shit. All right?
Maybe.
Kyle Gallner saves the entire movie.
All right, you getting me?
And he's gonna go on and be a little bit of a Scream King himself.
You're getting me.
Yeah, Kyle Gallner, great. Jack O'Haley, he's replacing Robert Englund. Whoa, but hold on. He brings it back to its roots. He does a good job. And if that doesn't convince you, Freddy is confirmed a pedophile in this movie. If that isn't a good reason.
We're killing pedophiles now?
We're killing pedophiles now.
I'm in.
You'd be surprised when people that enrages a lot of people that Freddy is like a confirmed pedophile in the remake.
But they kill him.
Well, it's not even. I think Freddy is such a likable character that it's a kind of a hard thing to accept.
Yeah.
But it's always like, why is it him being a pedophile so much worse than him being a child murderer? You know, isn't it weird how we can blur those lines?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's kind of, I mean, and also it was like,
well, you're a pedophile. They have to live with it. They have to live with it instead of being dead and not living with that. I guess.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know, man.
I'm not saying it's better or anything.
What?
I'm just saying,
What are you saying?
Don't you think they're kind of like close to being as bad?
What are you saying? They're both very bad.
Don't you think they're like? It's just weird how we can kind of like let the fact go that he's a killer. We can do that very easily, but it becomes something like that.
Freddy's supposed to be funny, not.
Well, not originally.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I think I guess it just being so explicitly said is just a little jarring because it was always kind of hinted at in the original.
Right.
I mean, go look at Freddy vs. Jason, for example, and the way he talks about kids in that movie, and he's like, he starts off the movie like licking the photo of the little girl.
Yeah.
It's not exactly subtle, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why you should watch it. That's why it's a great movie.
I'm good. I don't think my opinion's changed. Kyle Gallner almost got me.
I can have fun with that movie because they do some things right, but it is just such a CGI mess. And then Rooney Mara, I know she literally wanted to get fired. Like she was trying to get fired. She probably should have been fired. She does an absolutely horrific job in that movie. But yeah. She went on to do big things.
Just go.
What if she would have tried? How much different would that movie be if she was she tried? Not to mention, we go all that time with Chris, and you start to like Chris, then Chris dies, and then we move on to Nancy, who is kind of insufferable. So you really need Kyle Gallner to carry the film like that. I think that's the main reason it doesn't work. It's like Chris was actually likable, and Nancy was not. And then you have the shitty CGI and all that.
Yeah.
A lot of people couldn't let Robert go. But honestly, Jack O'Haley is arguably the best part of the movie.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, true.
So, that's that. What time is it?
11:46.
11:46 and 43 seconds.
Missed our deadline. I wish it was 70 degrees. Holy shit.
What is it right now?
53. Feels like 45.
I don't like paying to have the air conditioning on. When it was 93 that day, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
not a fan. Okay, that's pretty much all I got. We'll be posting the Jason Universe clip portion of this separately afterwards. I know you guys already listened to it. I'm gonna need you to listen to it again. Just play it on your phone. Put your phone off to the side.
Don't watch it on mute. Just one volume click.
One volume click. YouTube knows if you have it muted, they won't count it.
If you watch it at 0.5 speed too, that'd be cool.
Does that add to your attention?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can get like over 100% retention. You can get like thousands of % retention. Spiffing Brit did a thing where he made a video and titled it "Watch this at 0.25 speed" and sped the video up. So if you watch it at normal speed, you can't understand it.
Oh,
so you watch it at 0.25, and then he's like, "Okay, it's been a month, and I have like 7,000 retention, 7,000% retention."
That's crazy.
And then same thing, he made a 2-hour-long video, and then he cut an hour and a half out, and his retention was fucking insanely high, and his CPM was insanely high.
He made an hour and a half video, but cut it.
He made a 2-hour video.
Yeah.
Left it up for like 24 hours. People watched the whole thing and then used the YouTube editor and cut out an hour and a half of it, and his retention was his CPM fucking flew because they're like 20,000% retention.
That's crazy. You can just bamboozle the system like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it. I think that's actually it. Give me 45 minutes after we switch to the end screen to mute the mics. Otherwise, we're going to be sitting here talking shit for no reason.
True.
We'll be back tonight. I think the plan is DBD tonight, 2v8. Run it. Will you be there?
Probably.
Well, there you go.
Is Chase the base going to be there?
That's a good question. If not, I guess we're going to have to run killer.
Ooh.
Ooh. I actually got this whole week kind of planned. This is scheduled to change, but it looks like tonight, Dead by Daylight. Tomorrow morning, Dead by Daylight. Tomorrow night, Killer Clowns. Wednesday morning, Dead by Daylight. Wednesday evening, going to finish A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead. Thursday morning, Dead by Daylight. Thursday night, Killer Clowns. Friday morning, Dead by Daylight. Friday evening, Dead by Daylight. Saturday, don't know yet. The Texas Massacre might replace one of those. I don't know yet.
If there's news about the mid-May update.
Yeah. I'm waiting on that. Right now, I'm kind of in the get bet part of my 5 stages of grief. So, get bet.
I thought there was only...
And then I'll come back and I'll start coping again.
I thought there was only depression, drinking.
I've done at least 3 of those steps so far.
I thought those were the only steps.
That's that. Okay. We'll see you tonight then. Okay.